Hello world, it's James, your hair transplant host here, and today is 21 weeks since I had my hair transplant surgery. This video is a little bit late because I decided to take full advantage of my bank holiday weekend and I went to Berlin. Amazing place to go to, really cool, really enjoyed myself and had a great time there. Would highly recommend it if any of you are thinking about going around Europe at any point. So another week and a little bit more progress. Can't say that it's massive, but I do feel like this kind of cheetah spot effect that I've had going on for the last while on the front of my head is slowly filling in. Fingers crossed it will fill in by 12 months, but this is one of the reasons why I'm doing these progress updates, so you can see it all, good or bad. So if we move straight onto the close-up, you'll be able to see what progress has been made in the last week. And the back, the donor area. Generally speaking this week, a lot more itchiness, really hasn't gone away. It's really been quite annoying. Maybe not as much as the first weeks where you get that itch, but still it's there and it makes me want to dig my nails in and really scratch. I didn't take my brush with me to Berlin, so I've really had to refrain from scratching my head. That was quite annoying this weekend, and it's been really warm, so I think sweating and having all of that going on up there has been equally irritating for my scalp as well. There are still spots coming in as well. They're a lot smaller. They're not like the big lumps that are really painful. But when I run my fingers like through over the front, I can probably count about 4 or 5 maybe in there still at the moment. So quite surprised at how much spots you do get throughout the course of these weeks as the hair progresses. But hopefully that's all for the good cause of getting more hair follicles sprout through. Question time. So there are loads of questions this week. I'll try to cover all of them in this video, but I'll try to make it short and snappy just so that we can get everybody in. Iftikhar Nisa says, do you experience hair shedding at times? Yeah, absolutely. We're all going to experience hair shedding. Your hairs will continually shed. They don't remain in your head forever. They will continue to fall out. So sometimes when I'm in the shower, if I pull my hand away from my head, I might have a hair and I might panic and be like, oh, I think I even have a hair. Just after that, there's a tiny teeny hair on my hand here. I'm not sure if you can see it, if the camera can pick it up, but this is it. It happens, you know, your hair is gonna shed naturally. I haven't had any major shedding like after the surgery, and that would probably be a concern. It would be something that I would want to contact Elite Hair Transplant about, but nothing of the sorts. No, it's been more of a growth and maybe 1 or 2 hairs that I'll find, but I think that's just a natural part of your hair growth cycle. Henry Bacon getting his hair transplant done in January, so all the best for you, mate. Thanks for leaving the comment and thanks for checking out the channel. Cheers for your kind words, thank you. Astral1337 has asked, when does the redness usually disappear? I'm in my 7th week now and I feel like I would feel more confident outside in public if it wasn't so obvious with the redness. I think, to be honest, my redness lasted up to 2, maybe 2.5, 3 months. It really lasts, and it totally depends on the person. I totally understand what you mean about feeling confident outside in public. It is one of the things that really made me feel conscious, but at the same time, people still look at me now and they're still taking second takes, and I'm conscious of that as well. So I think even when you get past the redness stage, you still have the growth and thickening stages to go through as well. So I think you just have to kind of gain some strength from that and know that you will reach a goal, but you can't let people's perceptions of you interfere with that goal in the meantime, if that makes sense. I know it's really tough with the redness though, so I do feel for you there, man. But all the best, and I hope your redness disappears and you can get some confidence out in public soon. Freddie E2 has asked a kind of similar question. Does your hair growth fall out when I'm applying oil after my shower? Some of my baby hairs fall out when I'm applying these oils and serums. So kind of similar question. Yeah, your hairs are going to fall out. And especially if you're still in that 3-month period, you can still lose those hairs from shock loss in the first 3 months. So just bear that in mind and know that when you get to, week 12 onwards and you've seen my growth phase start to come in, the reason why everything hasn't come all at once is because they were shed at all different times, and so therefore I might have lost something in my 3rd month, a couple of hairs in my 3rd month, and now these are some of the hairs that need to come through now. So you're always going to be going through that shedding phase, and try not to worry about it, because worry equals stress, and stress equals less progress on your hair, less speed in recovery. Try to chill out and just maintain that kind of healthier lifestyle, not only physically with the diet and the nutrients and vitamins that you need to take in from your diet, but also mentally as well, having that strength and knowing that there's that end goal that I've been discussing in this video. Also, a shout out from Elite. We have Elite Hair Transplant here, if my camera will focus. So Elite Hair Transplant have liked the video as well, which is great. They've said if there's any questions, I can always contact them. So once again, just some great effort from them. I've been really pleased with every interaction that I've had with them so far, not only pre-operation, but during the operation, post-operation, and with any queries or questions that I have. They really have shown themselves as a good company in Turkey to go for, and I would recommend them. Someone's saying, let my hair grow a little bit more. The results are beautiful. Thank you very much. Cheers. I am going to let my hair grow. I am letting it grow. I haven't cut my hair or used any clippers now for like a week, maybe more. So I am letting it grow out, and I will show you as the kind of growth goes by. So I'm not looking to keep it short forever. I do want to grow it out a little bit, but I need to keep it even. So that's the reason why I'm using my clippers, because my hair tends to grow very speedily in some places, and I get these little flyaway hairs, so it looks really messy if I don't maintain an even cut. So that's what I'm doing. I'm grading slowly, so I'm going grade 4, grade 5, grade 6 until I feel it's at a length that I'm comfortable with. But I'm not just going to let it all grow mad and random. When can you cut your hair on the donor area, says Wolf Nitro, after your hair transplant? It's actually as soon as it heals, really. So there's no real stress or pressure on when you can cut your hair with clippers on the donor area. But I would still recommend that you give it at least a month just for that kind of scarring to heal, because sometimes it can be still really tender. But they did say in my brochure that you can do it pretty much as soon as it's healed. There is no time restriction. Whereas with the front, the recipient site, it was 12 weeks or 3 months before I could get that haircut. Sia Works has asked what kind of hairstyle I'm hoping to have once the healing process is complete. To be honest, I've really started to fall in love with like a shorter hairstyle, so I'll probably continue to like skin fade the back and the sides, and then I might go for something a little bit longer on the top. But to be honest, I really don't think I'm going to go like full, Thor, like grow a big mane or anything. I'd really just like to keep it short. I enjoy the hairline that I have at the moment, and I think that anything too long wouldn't really suit me with my age as well. So, but who knows, when it starts to come through properly and the hair gets a bit longer, I might find a style and adopt that and not really realise that it was ever something I wanted. So, Zia Works, if you've got a suggestion, then let me know. But I think I'm just going to keep it kind of shortish on the top and just graded on the sides. I think it looks quite smart, and I think it suits my face at the moment as well. David Turner has asked, how do I feel about the back donor area? Do you think it will fill in over time and you'll be able to keep it short, or do you think that you'll have to grow it out to cover it? He's on the week 10 mark and still sees a couple of streaks on that lack coverage where he'd rather not see them. Now, I have said previously, it really doesn't bother me, to be honest, and I'll stick with that. It doesn't bother me because I don't see it, so that out of sight, out of mind kind of mentality works here for me. When I see the back, and I can see that there's, that kind of smiley face area that I was saying about, yeah, I have a passing thought that it doesn't particularly look good, but it's not the same as, for me, having a good, strong front hairline. So I'm happy to take that minimal scarring on the back, for the sake of a better hairline at the front. It's this part that people see first generally, rather than the back. So, and I don't see the back that often, so I'm not really that bothered about it. I feel good about it, and if it is going to scar and it's going to remain like that forever, so be it. I'm happy with it because I'm happy with this at the moment. So that's pretty much my answer with regards to how I feel about the donor site. 10 Times Investing has asked, what's better, tweezer hair transplants or pen transplants? It's not an area that I have any kind of expertise in, and I'm not even going to begin to pretend that I have any expertise. If you want to find that information out, I'm sure it's available on the internet. But I think with my procedure, they use tweezers, and I'm sure you can find people out there that have posted videos from using the pen procedures. Not entirely sure what the question is there, though. If you want to kind of refine it or bring a bit more clarity to it, then I'll try to answer it. But I think probably this is one that's left for the experts, because I'm not an expert in hair transplants. I'm really just giving my experience of my journey, and my journey was an FUE hair transplant with Elite Hair Transplant. So that's really all the information that I can give on that one. Sorry about that, mate. So I think that's everything for this week. I hope I've covered everybody's questions, but if you do have a question, then you can pop them in the comments below and I'll answer them in the next video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Sorry that it's late, but I will give you an on-time video next Monday. That will be week 22, or in other words, it will be over 5 months. So we'll do a real detailed discussion about Elite Hair Transplant, my progress so far, and about my feelings on the whole site as well. So tune in for that next week. Thank you ever so much for watching. Subscribe if you would like to follow my hair transplant journey. But that's it for now, folks. Thank you. Bye-bye.